Baseball is without a doubt one of the must-see sporting spectacles out there. Though its game rules can present confusion for some, all it takes is just one hit and a home run to make non-baseball fans understand how easy it is to play. That's what MLB Tap Baseball 2020 provides in our handheld companions. With just a simple tap, you can hit the ball and play an actual baseball match within the boundaries of your mobile devices. What's up guys, I'm Pau for EP Game Reviews. And in this episode, we will have another game breakdown featuring a recently released mobile game that continues to dominate the sports grossing charts, MLB Tap Baseball 2020. But before everything else, if you have enjoyed our previous offerings, please make sure to subscribe to EP Game Reviews for more comprehensive game breakdowns. If you have already subscribed to the channel, give us a like and drop your comments below, and we will make sure to read every single one of them. On that note, it's time to enter the ballpark and break down MLB Tap Baseball 2020. The publicly listed Glue Mobile is the brains behind MLB Tap Baseball 2020. Formerly known as Ranked Incorporated from 2001 to 2005, it has partnered with the London-based developing company, Macrospace, to form the Glue Mobile that we know today. In April 2015, the Chinese tech giant Tencent Games acquired a 15% stake of the company for $126 million, which is roughly estimated at 14.46% of the total company shares. Glue Mobile has successfully released game titles that managed to break the top 200 grossing charts like Disney Sorcerer's Arena, Diner Dash Adventure, and Kim Kardashian Hollywood. The Tap Sports Baseball series goes all the way back to 2014, but after securing an official license from the Major League Baseball, they began introducing MLB Tap Sports Baseball into the mobile market from 2015 up to the present. The latest installment was just released last February 25, 2020, and the game continues its scorching start as one of the top performers in the grossing sports category up to this very day. Compared to a real baseball match that involves a ton of complex baseball stuff and complicated rules, this mobile game employs a simple one-touch control mechanic to cater to both hardcore baseball aficionados and non-baseball fans alike. The main objective of the game is to score points through runs. This is accomplished when your player successfully advances from the first to the second and third bases and capped off by running safely back into the home plate. To do that, your batters must hit the ball coming from the pitcher's throw into the infield without getting fouled out. Although the game can be played through a simple tap, you'll have a fraction of a second to decide whether to attempt a hit or pass the opportunity. As easy as it may seem, the game requires precise timing and quick reaction in swinging the bat. Once the pitch has been thrown, you'll have two options. Either you swing or you don't. If you decide to swing, you may either hit the ball or don't. If you successfully hit the ball into the fair territory without being fouled out, your batter will then run into first base. However, if you do hit the ball into fair territory but the ball is caught by the defensive team, then your batter will be fouled out of the game. If you swing and miss the ball, then it will result in a strike, and two more of those will lead to a strikeout.
You're out!
On the other hand, if you decide to pass and don't swing at all, it will lead to either a ball or another strike. A ball occurs when the pitch does not go through the strike zone while deciding not to hit the ball. And another strike occurs when the pitch goes through the strike zone but you decide not to hit the ball. If the pitcher throws 4 balls, then it will be a walk. This allows your batter to automatically and walk easily to the first base. But of course, the quickest way to score a sure point is to have a home run. This is the only aspect of the gameplay that you have full control over, as everything else is simulated. Now that you know the basics, you can test your batting skills in various game modes where you will go up against real players worldwide. To develop the overall strength of your entire roster, you'll have to improve the stats of your players. It can be done by spending some cash and XP points, which can be obtained by playing various modes in the game. You can also boost your squad by adding newly acquired players from draft picks. The main currencies for the game are cash, which is the soft currency, and gold, which is the hard currency. Cash is easier to obtain than gold. It can be acquired as a reward through natural progression. Meanwhile, gold can be primarily acquired through in-app purchases, though it can be also claimed as part of event progression rewards, watching video ads, and completing achievements. There are 5 different types of stores that are part of their microtransactions. There's the draft pick store, where you can acquire rarity-based players in exchange for gold or cash. The prices of each draft pick vary depending on its rarity, and the rewards that you're going to get are determined through a lock-based system. High-caliber players can also be temporarily loaned in exchange for gold and franchise coins upon tapping the franchise tab. Mystery boxes are also available in the game that contains an assortment of items that ranges from legendary players, in-game currencies, and experience points. You can also do some upgrades to enhance the offensive and defensive stats of your team. This can be done in exchange for cash and a small amount of gold. Free items can also be received through daily login rewards, and there are purchasable in-game boosts like Ice Wrap and Energy Drink that can help your pitcher during the latter innings. Watching video ads and answering surveys also provide you a small amount of gold, and there are random pop-up ads from time to time as well. For their currency store, different gold bundles can be purchased using real money, from $4.99 to $99.99. There are also special bundle offerings, weekly subscription packages, and ballpark and endorsement items, which allows you to earn more gold daily. In essence, the game is all about building the best squad that revolves around upgrading and talent acquisition through draft picks. Just like other card collecting, team-based sports games, it is always the player with the best lineup who will most likely to dominate the game, and this speaks true for MLB Tap Sports Baseball 2020 as well. With this being mentioned, the pay-to-win aspect of the game screams louder than ever, and grinders will have a tough time covering the competitive scale. But the good thing about it is that the game gives you plenty of opportunities to acquire currencies and boosters by simply grinding, particularly in the compete and season modes. The only downside of it is that you have to spend a lot of time and the challenges don't come easy, especially at the early stages of the game. As a free-to-play game, its microtransactions heavily influences its players to use virtual currencies or spend real money in almost every opportunity, which is pretty much the same tactic that the developers have used in their other grossing games. In addition, they also got video ads that provide an additional income stream for the company and incentivize players with bonus rewards. Each game consists of 9 innings, and the live matches in this game are turn-based, which means you have to wait for your opponent's turn before you can play once again. Although you can nudge your opponents to let them know that you have already finished playing, it can be time-consuming at most times, and you would often get delayed in earning the progression rewards. To address this, you can start a new game once you're done taking your turn, or play in other game modes first, so you would not miss the chance to earn other rewards. The game uses a simple one-tap control mechanic, which makes the seemingly complicated sports game easy to play. But in the long run, the one-tap action kinda gives you a dragging feeling, and the real baseball match involves more elements like base running, catching, and pitching. As I have mentioned before, everything else is simulated in this game aside from the batting. Although I get the developer's intention in designing the core loop this way, where the players have to depend on roster upgrading and collecting player cards just to get ahead in the game, they could have added another baseball element where the players can have full control over, like pitching, to have some gameplay variation at least and prevent players from being bored. But then again, the game was able to make it to the top 200 grossing charts and currently ranks number 53 and number 85 on iOS and Google Play Store respectively. So I think their strategy seems to be working just fine. MLB Tap Sports Baseball 2020 also enjoys a comfortable position in the number 3 spot and number 2 spot from both platforms in the top grossing sports game categories. That's a wrap on this edition of EP Game Reviews. Don't forget to hit that like button, and as always, make sure to subscribe to our channel for more timely updates. We have come to the bottom of the 9th, and I'll have to strike out for now. Once again, this has been Pau, and I shall see you on our next game breakdown.
See